Alright everybody, we're back. I know I haven't really uploaded much in the past 2 months. I'll get into that a little bit later. For now, let's get into the episode. Let's go! It's raining and I can't sleep because it's not daytime. Or it's not, my apologies, it's not nighttime nor a thunderstorm. Alright, slept and the sun is back out. Nice. So what I thought I'd do today was expand our little settlement a little bit. Because as you can see, if I real quickly use the camera, this is what we've done so far. And for those of you who are confused by the beacon, I don't really think I need to tell you what a beacon is for, so yeah, figure it out. Aside from that, I want to build more. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. Are you guys ready? This one's quite fun. So my plans for today actually were to make a trading hall and a villager breeder. The problem with that is that I don't like villager breeders. Because villagers are villagers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait a little bit. It's not procrastinating, I promise. I'm gonna wait until I am finally ready to update this world to 1.21. Yes, for those of you who are wondering, I am still on 1.20.4, but that's a minor thing. And if you ask me why, it's one very simple reason. I've been too lazy to update. Ow. I deserve that. So the reason I want to wait with the villagers until it's 1.21 is so that I can lead them in boats, which is a major change for mobs. So that being said, the one thing I can build today is the trading hall. Because I need XP. Because every single time I end up going back through the portal, which is just past that hill behind me, and then travel, I think, a genuine 5-minute flight over the nether roof to get back to my old portal. It's a pain. Look at my eyes. And the other thing would be that my greenery farms, while they are producing nicely over there in the back, they don't supply me with any XP. So I can't repair the tools, which sucks when I keep excavating the land and almost breaking my shovel over and over again. So as far as the villagers go, there shouldn't be any trouble. As you can see behind me, I have plenty of options. I have a village here, I have a village over there, and I have 2 more in the distance over there. So when it comes to villagers, I'm good. With everything being said and my chest feels a little bit lighter, I think it's time to get our little trading hall going. Where am I gonna put it? No, I'm only joking. It's gonna go right there. I already made a little clearing. So I have a time-lapse plan for this, obviously. I love time-lapses and I think you guys do as well. But before I engage the time-lapse, there's one thing I want to quickly say. If you take a look at my builds, you can tell I have my own unique style of building. The waterfall number 2, I should say, it looks good, but it looks very weird. Actually, let me give you guys a better angle. Some people would say that this is a weird looking waterfall. I love it. Same goes for my other waterfall. It looks a bit weird, but I love it. It's my style of doing things, which is what I like. The bridge, as well as the little walkway up to the bridge and the fort itself, they are 100% my unique build style. As well as in the previous episode where we built the lumberyard. You can tell that this is my build style. This is the way I do things. So I love it. I'm very proud of my creations. However, despite all of that, and despite the things that I've said so far, I just want to clear something up real quick. I don't follow any specific building style. Nor do I try to copy other people's builds or... I mean, well, I do try to draw some inspiration from other people, but everything is mainly for myself. So, I just want to make it very clear, if somebody in the future ever asks you, oh, what is this guy's build style, art style, or gradienting, or any style of doing it, it's my own custom, let's say it's my custom fantasy style, okay? So now that we've cleared it up, I can tell you that my next projects, including the time-lapse you're about to see, is gonna be in my own little oh, you can't see that. My own little fantasy style. Ah! So in case you guys are wondering, oh, I wonder how it's gonna look. It's gonna look like a little... Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like a barn with like a very weird custom roof. but but it looks kind of cool though. I mean, you'll just have to see. Well, for now, there's only one thing left for me to say, which is a time lapse. Engage. There, and with this, another unfortunate end, don't worry about it. And with this, I hope you guys can kind of see what my building style is and how it works. It's kind of hard to get a frame of reference now without the roof in place, but at least you guys can get an idea of how I did stuff. It's very hard for me. I have these. So this might be interesting to some of you guys. The way I come up with my designs, it's that I don't really do it. They just come to me. I'm generally thinking in shapes and whatnot, and when I put shapes together, I sometimes get, well, random stuff. The trading hall is just a big rectangle with a, you know, a triangular roof on it. Then I added these little pillars on the side over there so that it, you know, it looks more 3D. I add some walls inside of the, well, some actual walls inside of the walls. Give it some detail. I don't really do gradients, but I do like playing with colors, so this is kind of how the wall came out. And then, well, we have these diagonal bits over there. These ones, which come out of the side pillars and go up to another box that I place on top of the roof. And then that has the same pattern going for it up there. Where it happens again. So yeah, I'll show you guys what it looks like from the inside. It still looks very wonky. It looks a bit unstable, but it looks like, well, it doesn't look too bad if I'm being really honest. And trust me, when I'm done with this place, when the roof is in, when I get the interior done, it actually looks good. It doesn't look like a rectangular box. It looks like a genuine building. So, without further ado, here's what it looks like with the roof. Doop. And this is what it looks like with the roof. Come on, admit it. It looks pretty good, right? I know. I'm not trying to, well, create an ego, but I really genuinely love this build. Like, I think it took me a whole 3 hours to make in creative, and well, the only thing I do after I build my ideas is readjust and readjust and readjust. These mud brick walls over here, they were not my first choice, nor were they my second, nor my third. I just want you guys to know that. So that being said, there's only one thing I really have to do now, The interior. There's one thing I do not do, and that's interior. But for this one, seeing as it is supposed to be a villager trading hall, I guess I better, you know, bite the bullet and do it. Because if I don't do it, I don't know how the villagers are going to be safe. And I need to find a way to mob-proof the door. And I've just complicated things for myself because I've placed these trapdoors right here in the entrance. So I can't put a door down anymore. And I'm pretty sure, well, actually, could zombie villagers or just baby zombies in general, could they get under here? It's not a full block, I don't know. If I made an entranceway with 2 more trapdoors here, would that stop it? No, I don't think so. They're crafty. They'll figure something out. Which means I also gotta figure something out. But for now, I'm gonna let you guys bask in the glory of this new build. The same way I'm currently paralyzed with beauty. I don't know if you guys have this, but every time I look at my build, I think it's not finished. And I keep wanting to add something, but I'm just afraid that I'll ruin it in whatever way, shape, or form. So, yeah, I'm not going to touch it anymore. Aside from that, let's move on to the next part. That is to say that I kind of want to do the quote-unquote stalls, essentially where you stuff the villagers into. And I kind of want to do them now. I might save them for later though, because there's not really a point in me doing the stalls if I can't put any villagers in here, because I want to wait until I update it to 1.21. So I might just wait with those real quick. Oh my god, I'm fast. Swift sneak, baby. Anyway, there are some things I have to address. But before that, I do think I'm gonna do the profile of the floor because I don't like looking through the windows and constantly seeing grass everywhere. So I'm gonna see what I can do about that, like right now. There. At least it's excavated. I guess the only logical next step would be to do this. And I guess I will just have to do it for now. So a quick little floor that I lay down, not too much detail, but I have more important things to do. Whether this is the first video you see of me or a first video you're going to see in the future, or maybe you don't really know me or whatever, everything is fine. Don't worry about it. You probably would notice by now that the upload schedule I had isn't very consistent, or at least I tried to have it consistent, except for the past 2 uploads, this being the second one. I uploaded a video about a month and a half ago, and that was, well, the video was a real pain in the butt to get done. On top of that, there were a lot of complications that happened in between the 2 videos that I tried to produce, including this one. Now, luckily, most of that stuff is finally behind me and I can focus on making videos again, but at the same time, I don't know if that stuff for my personal life is ever going to catch up with me again and might cause this again in the future. So a little heads up to what could happen in the future, and an apology for the nearly 2-month delay of no videos and or a half-baked video in between. That was not my intention. My apologies. So now that I've tried to make amends, probably unsuccessfully, but I'm okay with that. I can live with that for now. So the things I do want to put my attention to is I actually, as you can see behind me, I have a little patch of greenery. Just some backup, vegetation that I plan to use for the hall, for the farmers. But the things I want to point attention to is I want to make a little bridge connecting to the mainland, as I've separated myself using the river I built before. Which means I'm also going to have to raise the terrain behind me to make sure it connects. Build the bridge, connect the pathway, light it up, and then I think we're about done for the little trading hall behind me. Except there's one more thing I want to add at the end, but you'll see. So for now, let's build this little bridge. Let's go! Alright, bridge is in place. And, oh, I missed. You didn't see that. I essentially modeled it after the already existing bridge right over there, which is technically modeled after my big bridge. So, yeah. Now all I gotta do is raise the terrain on this side so it nicely matches up with the bridge, and I can actually continue building on this area maybe some point in the future. And I gotta remove that beacon. Well, there's a time and place for everything, and the time for the beacon is not now. You guys want to hear something funny? In the 2 months that I had some real life stuff going on, I actually listened to a lot of music, and my preferred style of music is actually very old school music. And I'm specifically talking about stuff like the 80s. But in this case, I've actually been listening to a very different band that a friend of mine recommended. And I think it took me 1 weekend to fall in love with this band. And I am proud to say that as of right now, I am a fan of the band called Fleetwood Mac. Yeah. To those of you who have never heard that band before, for the love of God, go check them out. They're amazing. Anyway, now that everything is said and done, the last remaining thing I want to do is create a path from here to the bridge. Alright. I forgot about this. So, I should probably address what I did. I created a little name plaque / board for the lumberyard. So, for those of you who are not interested in lore or backstory or whatever, feel free to skip to the time noted down below. But for those of you who are, I am very intrigued in making this little settlement a real thing in my world, which includes, you know, storytelling like people and storytelling of places and events and history. And, well, I did mention that I'm playing a fantasy part, and that that's the kind of culture that I like, and building and style and everything. I'm gonna try to stick to that as best as I can. So, you know, in this world created by me, I am not natively English, but I speak English, and I love speaking English, and my YouTube channel is English. Almost exclusively English. And, you know what? My channel is gonna be exclusively English. I'm gonna say it from here on out. But that also means that I am putting a little bit of my culture in here, just, you know, for keepsake. So, long story short, the lumberyard is gonna be owned and controlled and, you know, be in charge and ran by the brothers. In this case, the brothers Zach. And in my native language, Zach means saw, as in a sawmill, because it's a lumberyard. Get it? I may or may not do more of these things around the settlement. We'll see. At this point, I'm not really sure what I want to do with the settlement either, so let's just keep that between you and I, yeah? So I'm thinking about placing the pathway right here. I started clearing out a little path, ironically. We're just gonna go like this, and I think I want to put it straight over here. Let it curve slightly until it blends in with the already existing curve, where we go up the steps. Do I want to go up the steps? Yeah, I want to go up the steps. Okay. So, roughly gonna do it just like so. I'll have to go down the steps, that's fine. And then we'll come like so. I'll then even the terrain and make the path. Yeah, let's do that. Man, even from down here at the sawmill, it looks so proud of that build. Anyway, sorry, I got lost in my feelings. Anyway, I finished the path. I might put a little sign that I built over there as well, over here, saying that's where the yeah, so it's a trading hall. What would that be in lore? A work hall. I'm not sure. Questions for later. For now, there's only one last remaining thing I want to do before I close the episode. I mean, technically it's two, because I want to place these little lantern stands that I built right over here. These ones. Yeah, I want to put those alongside the road over there so that it actually, you know, lights up at night and it makes me feel safe walking here. Because creepers have been an issue. You don't see that on camera. I try to keep it off camera, but I don't like them. I'm not sure anyone does. Mojang, why did you add those? Why did you instill fear in the hearts of children? What's wrong with you? JK, I really like this game. Don't do that. Don't take him away. Don't do anything of the sorts. But for God's sake, get rid of the phantoms! So I don't really have a plan of how I want to place these. I think I'm just gonna... let's see. I'm just in my head trying to calculate the range on a lantern. It's in an elevated position, so maybe here? I'll place one over here. How's that? That should work. If I do make a sign here at some point, it won't cause too many problems. Pretty sure. Space one over here too. And then we just continue working down the road. I think it should be fine. So with all this being said, I just want to say thank you for watching. If indeed you still are watching at this point. I don't know, maybe you've already tuned off. A lot of people do. Sometimes I do that myself. You'd be surprised how hard editing is when you can't stand your own voice. Yeah, take a moment to just think about that. So, and there you have it. I should wait until nighttime. Yeah, let's wait. Yeah, it looks good. It's illuminated quite well. Never mind. So I keep saying one more thing, and I keep saying, I just want to do this, or a closing statement, or whatever. I keep finding new things to do. Because I just decided I am gonna do the interior for the hall. Right here, right now. So, sit tight, and let's go. Okay, so real quick, I hung up the bell, I'm placing my shulkers, and let's tackle this thing right now. Oh yeah, I also really quickly did the decoration that I wanted to do on the inside. Now let's build it! Ah, that sucks. I was short one log right here on the corner. Excuse me, as I go get it. Okay, here we go. Alright. So that's kind of what I had in mind. I don't really need to put the, well, the workbenches, the workstations for the villagers in here. Because, I'm gonna have to transport them anyway. But at this point, I was just like, well, it could be fun to just place them here and then reuse them when I need them. That way I don't have to... That way I don't really have to create double work of breeding the villagers first and then deciding what they have to be. If I already know what I want them to be, then that just makes it easier. I will say one thing. I made the workstations here double. Even though there's only going to be one villager in here with one workstation. The reason was for symmetry. That's it. I know it doesn't have much of a use, but you know what? It's fun. And if there's ever any villagers free roaming from the villager breeder, they would simply be drawn towards all the workstations here, so I can lock them up. I mean, ask them to work here. We here at insert city name condone our villager rights and treat our workers fairly. Don't quote me on that. Oh yeah, did I mention I added a little bell? Way to go. Try not to make it look like a barn and then I add what looks like a cowbell. Well, it's fine, it's fine. It's getting dark, which means I should end the episode. So, as the sun sets and the moon rises, I just want to say thank you for watching. And if it turns nighttime, then go to sleep. Like right now. Go to sleep. Now. Have a good day! Did I add the windows? Oh yeah, I added the windows. Okay. Why am I talking too much? I'm recording. Hmm. Well, whoops. Well, this is what I do in my free time. So, add it to the bloopers, I guess. Whoops. Wasn't meant to show you guys that. Dang it. Well, you're welcome. What did I just get? Oh, hang on. Ah! Help! 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 The Squid Warrior prevails yet again. No, 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 no. That's how you clear a cave. No challenge is too big for Squid Warrior? Spartacus. Squidicus. Squidicus.